So thinking back to before you came to see us, how long did you wait before making the decision? Why did you feel as though you had to wait that long?
So I'm in my mid-30s, and being a little younger, most of my, I go to the gym pretty often, so most of the time my body stays in a flux of soreness consistently because I'm consistently there, right? So you do a chest workout, a push, a pull, or whatever workout it is, and I'm sore for a couple days, and then I go back in and it's still just a little sore. So there's always tugs and pulls, and there's always something, right? So initially I hurt my shoulder. I was doing like a chest fly and I hurt my shoulder, and being young and just thinking, oh, it'll be fine, it'll heal itself, which it usually does, right? And it just kind of gets a little bit better. So I would stay in the gym, and it was always a little sore, but both shoulders were sore, right? So then actually I had to take a mandatory pit stop because I got sick. So I took like probably 2 or 3 weeks off, and so then I didn't go to the gym, and let my body completely just healed. Everything should have been back to square one, right? You go back into the gym from being 3 weeks off, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and you think you have no pains or aches or whatever. So I go back in and I immediately do my first, workout, and there's that shoulder pain again. And it was all centralized here in my shoulder. So of course I'm thinking I need to go somewhere that specializes in shoulders or whatever the case may be, that whatever it was, because I didn't know what it was. So I didn't know where to go. And you think of physical therapy as something where someone is either it's a chronic condition where they've had it for a long time. After surgery, you go in and then you get physical therapy. I don't really think of physical therapy being my first stop to figuring out something, on my shoulder, because I'm thinking it's going to require surgery. You always go to you look it up on Google and you have cancer. It's always the worst thing. So I'm thinking it's something more than maybe a physical therapy can help with, or what. That just wasn't my first thought. So I got a recommendation from one of my friends, and they said, go see Joanne and her crew. They will get you figured out. I guarantee you. You do your first consultation and you'll love her. I guarantee you. So I said, all right, let's try it out. So I went in and you guys fixed me up. I'm skipping ahead, but the shoulder thing was, it took me months and months and months. As soon as I went back into the gym and it still hurt, I knew something was a little bit more wrong with it. So I thought it was in my shoulder. So I come in and see you guys, and again, I'm probably skipping ahead as far as questions go, but
That's okay.
I go in, and your physical therapy in my mind is something where you go into a physical therapist, because I've been to a couple before, and they'll just take what you say at face value, and then you say, okay, my shoulder hurts. So then they just give you 3 exercises, they give you bands, they give you whatever, start working on your shoulder. I come in and see you, and yes, I say my shoulder hurts, and yes, you're gonna take that into consideration, but as a professional, you ask me questions, you figured out exactly what was hurting. Hey, do this, do that, stand here. You're looking at my total body compensation, everything that I had going on. And you guys didn't even touch my shoulder for the most part. Like, that was not the initial thing that you did. For if anybody that's not watching and things, there's all the muscles are connected together. So, and you guys really taught me that. So obviously I know a lot more about myself, and I can kind of be more self-aware. But you guys didn't even touch my shoulder, and then all of a sudden my shoulder's fixed. And I think it's just magic. But with you guys being professionals, you know exactly which muscles are touching where, and it got fixed. And since then, it's just hasn't been an issue.
Yeah.
I'm still rambling on. You can ask another question, but it was great.
Yeah, but it's when you recognize the root cause of the problem.
Right.
That's really what
Right.
we look for. Is
Yeah.
what. So in your case, for example, why is it that it's the left shoulder that started hurting and not the right? There's a reason behind it, and that's usually what we correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That way, you can be active and it won't come back.
Yeah. And a lot of people will think it's your left shoulder, so you think, the left side's probably messed up. Now, you guys were over here on the right side, and when I come in, to me that was like, oh, I didn't even think about this is connected to here and this is connected to here, opposed to this being connected to this. So if I'm just regular Joe trying to fix myself, which never works, right? Your left shoulder, you're like, oh, let me stretch it out more, this left here, and the first thing you told me to do was stop doing that. It's making it worse. And so, along with fixing it, you gave me a lot of self-education as well that helped me, just make sure that I'm not making myself worse and just coming to see you. So.
Right. Yeah, and you did cover a lot of questions already, so that's perfect. So what were you missing out on besides the working out at the gym? Was there anything else that you were missing out on because of your shoulder?
So this is one of our first conversations we had as well. I'm a horrible side sleeper. So one of my issues was that because my shoulder hurt, I would sleep like this, and it would just to sleep like that, to put my arm over my shoulder, because if I put my shoulder down, that's not comfortable for me to sleep, but it didn't hurt. But it's comfortable for me to sleep up here, but then it hurt. So it's like, do I not sleep, or do I not have my shoulder hurt? So I had to choose between one or the other, and that was impeding my sleep, and I couldn't get a good night's sleep. So as soon as we started doing your sessions, the shoulder pain started going away, and I could get a good night's sleep, and it was definitely it was great.
Yeah, that's awesome. So since coming to see us, what impact has your experience with manual physical therapy had on your quality of life?
So obviously I don't have shoulder pain, so that's much better. But also just the what you guys have taught me about being aware of what's going on and what's kind of connected to what, and how everything works in my body, for as far as muscle wise, it's just been much better. Getting to the root cause of the shoulder pain, which yes, there's my shoulder, but just getting from the root cause and where exactly it's stemming from, and how my body had shifted, and then there's compensations and all that kind of stuff. Knowing all these words and just knowing what it is, has helped me immensely, just from a workout standpoint as well. So I can kind of, when I'm doing my workouts and things, it's like, okay, that hurts, but why does that hurt? And kind of self-correcting. And then if it is something that I know is probably going to be an issue, I come and see before it gets to be worse. And then where it takes longer to fix, I can kind of nip it in the butt. And all that kind of stuff, and just my life in general has just been, just from this aspect, being way more self-aware, it's been much better.
That's wonderful. Of all the things that you enjoyed during your visits, what was the one thing that you liked best?
And I kind of already covered this, but when I first came in, you're the professional, and I am a professional in something else, but not in physical therapy. So I come in and I tell you what I think it is, but you don't take that at face value. You ask questions, and you and your team got to know, obviously you guys get to know us. So right when you come in, hey Chris, how are you doing? But you also get to know what's going on here with my muscles, and not just taking what I say at face value and then just putting a Band-Aid on it. You initially go in right away, you do a full workup, you check out exactly, what's going on, and then you can say, yes, okay, so you think it's this, but why you think it's this is because of this. And obviously that's something I don't know, because that's, I don't do it for a living. So it's been awakening of me getting into or you guys kind of just teaching me a little bit and learning a little bit more power by myself and my muscles. So
Right, because who knew that our whole body is all connected?
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
Right?
there's one thing to say, yes, it's all connected, and you think to yourself, yeah, it is connected. But when you start seeing that, if I push over here, then you can feel it over here, and then you push here, and I'm feeling it over there. It's just like really, really the mind muscle connection is just crazy.
Yeah, it really is. So, how would you describe your experience with us to your best friend or family member? If somebody you know has pain and they were procrastinating over going to see someone, what would you tell them?
Yeah, so I was one of those, just procrastinated. And one of the things I would tell if it was a friend that was having pain, and I've already actually recommended a couple of people, and they've come in. So, is the same thing with me. It's my shoulder, I gotta go to see a shoulder doctor. It's my foot, I gotta go see a foot doctor. You know, it's this, I have to go see this. When really, it's probably not, that's probably not where it's at. There's probably something that's connected to that is also contributing to that. So go in and see Joanne and her crew, and they will get you fixed up, because we don't know. It could be tons of things, but if it's not hurting enough for you to go feel like you need to go to a hospital or get an x-ray or go to something that's a little more serious, and you had like an actual injury that's immediate, it's probably something that can be fixed with just resets and pulls and just basically resetting your body, getting it back to square one. So that's what I would say. That's what I say to all my friends. It's like, hey, go in and do the consultation, because they will illuminate you on way more than what you thought you thought you already knew.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much. That was so helpful. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.